Hello Mundo Enneagram friends, I am Uranio Paes, and now it's time for us to talk about the fourth key of Enneagram transformation. Um, what is the fourth key? The fourth key is enhance your inner split. It may sound a little strange, a little curious at least, but this is exactly what needs to happen. We don't advertise this very much for beginners. It's bad advertising perhaps, but the fact is that when we start to do inner work, and in all the first moments, which include probably many first years, we become a little more split in the inside, and we also become perhaps a little different from other people, even a little more weird in comparison to who we used to be before, and also more and more paradoxical. This is what's really expected if the person is doing a good job in terms of self-development. And why does this happen? Well, at first, we live almost in personality only. We live in the realm of limited awareness, of limited perception of greater reality. This is personality. And there are 9 personalities in the Enneagram, so these 9 kinds of people, when really stuck in fixation and passion of personality, they don't have many doubts. They have certainty. They think they know who they are. They think they are okay. They actually seem happier than most people. And they don't experience much of an inner split. They don't have many questions about life, about the universe, and they live life, in daily life, a little attached to matter, and living life of love and work, as if this all defined us. So the idea is that there is not much of a split inside. People have certainty, and what I said, happiness, people seem happy when they are in this stage, is actually illusion. But nevertheless, they don't have the experience of suffering very much. And when we start to do inner work, there is an inner split that happens. And people start to suffer more. Because there are different kinds of suffering. And one of them is the suffering of not being able to live fully in essence, and the suffering of having wasted so much time away from essence. It's also called repent or remorse. And this is very important. And there is another suffering that has to do with someone not really knowing who he or she is, and feeling a little lost. This is actually an essential step for growth for every person. And the idea is that we enhance it. However, it hurts. It's not easy. We sometimes may feel weird, much more different than before, different from other people. We also may feel a little, not only paradoxical, but also sad or even depressed at times, or disillusioned. And these are actually symptoms that the person is probably doing a good work in terms of inner work. In fact, we live in a society that values too much immediate results for everything we do. We want to be rewarded immediately for whatever we do. And the idea is that we become a little more patient if the theme is inner work, because we will have to spend some time and many years purgating. The idea is that we are not going to see light very easily. We are first need to be in touch with our own shadows. And for instance, the shadows of our personality. And this needs to be done by means of enhancing our inner split between personality and essence. Let me give you my own example. I am a 5 on the Enneagram, as you may know, and in personality, I tend to seek for privacy, to go away from contact, go away from my own feelings. I tend to be really attached to hoarding knowledge and information, and I disconnect. Among other things that happen in the personality level for me as a 5. So this is one side of me. And I know, I mean, years ago, when I didn't care much about inner work, this would be me. And the essence part of me was asleep, was passive. And when I started doing inner work, I had brilliant moments, wonderful moments, enlightening moments. But these were moments. What happened mostly was that I started to feel more and more split. Like, I realize now that I'm not that, but I still cannot be that either. And what is that? That is the essence in me, is essence in me. And that showed me at times, also in moments, that I actually love intensity, that I want the ultimate connection with every people, that I want to be in my heart, that I have a whole lot of sensitivity inside my heart, and that I need to be in full contact with all there is. So this is very paradoxical if I look at the personality in me. And what do I need to do? It's not feasible to think of just putting this down, destroying this, and living it in this realm forever. It's not how it works. The idea is that I become more of this paradox between personality and essence. And this is the inner fight or the inner war that all of us need to battle if we are committed to doing inner work, and if we have permission to do inner work. This is another thing that we'll talk later in other keys of Enneagram transformation, permission. But the idea is enhance this paradox, become a more weird person, become someone who is really different and who does not care much about being sad and solving this sadness feeling too quickly. We need to go through this. As I said, we don't advertise this very openly. It's not good advertising, but Mundo Enneagram students need to know this to get prepared to do true inner work. So this was the 4th key of Enneagram development, and stay tuned for the next ones. We have 9. See you.